Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Bro You Haven't podcast, brought to you by myself, Adam Claydon, the video game Nazi JJ Harding, and I've done no homework whatsoever, Joshua Aitken. This week we are talking about the brand new generation of video game consoles, the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. So, buckle in for a couple of controversial views and our ultimate decision on which console should you buy. Buenos dias, team. We're back.
Hello!
Well, actually, it would be Buenas noches, because it's like 20 past 8.
Lo siento. I apologize. How are we doing?
We're good. Well, I'm good.
I'm alive. I'm still alive.
Still alive.
For how long, who knows, but I'm alive.
Troubling times.
How are you, Adam?
I'm good, actually. I'm good. I'm feeling happier than I've been in about 10 minutes, so it's good.
Well, that's all we can aim for.
Strive for greatness.
As we go, we just take it as it goes.
Adam, you should be a yoga instructor with attitude like that.
Yeah?
And this is the best we felt in 10 minutes.
Did you ever do those voice classes where you would you just relax so much that you just fall asleep?
We did that in acting.
Yeah, acting classes, yeah.
Oh, what? Where they told you to lie down and melt your shoulders into the floor? And I used to be like, my shoulders are still sore from yesterday.
Ooh, does JJ lift weights? Ooh.
I lift weights. I'm Gigi. I'm Marge.
I used to say, what was it you used to say? He used to say, now you can feel your body filling with warm, golden liquid throwing, and all I could think was piss, man. All I could think every time was just piss.
And you're taking a golden shower.
I'd just be thinking, the sweet, sweet nectar of lager.
Ho, ho, ho.
And feel your feet, just sink into the ground. There's moss between your toes.
Let that sink in.
I actually do like being barefoot.
Yeah, I do as well.
I'm thinking about being a barefoot guy.
JJ Baggins.
JJ Baggins. You have a dance today.
What are we talking about today, gentlemen?
Before we dive into this week's stuff, what were we doing last night, JJ? We did a little collaboration project.
We did. We joined 1 in 20. They are a YouTube channel, a D&D based YouTube channel, hosted by some of mine and Adam's close friends. Please check them out on YouTube. 1 in 20.
Josh wasn't invited.
Guys, check them out or don't check them out. It doesn't really matter. I wasn't there, so feel free to miss this one out. Anyway, I'm signing off from the podcast because I'm sick of these Judas bastards.
No, we decided that we're going to do a D&D episode on here, and Josh is going to be our dungeon master, so we've given him an extra task for once.
I wholeheartedly regret agreeing to that because it means
his whole homework for Series 1 and Series 2, all in one.
Phil, it means I have to do something, and I really, really don't want to do it, but I will.
But it's my first experience last night.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of
I lost my D&D virginity.
Yeah, you had a lot of tutorial moments, and by the end of it, let's just say somebody became a bit of a master. So massive thank you to 1 in 20. We had a lovely time. You're lovely, beautiful, welcoming people. This week we are talking about Xbox One X, Xbox One S, PS5, and PS5 discless.
It's the new generation of video game consoles.
It's the new generation, which doesn't feel like a new generation.
Not really. It feels like DLC for the past generation.
Exactly.
It does. Oh, that's a good way of putting it. That's an amazing way of putting it.
What a tagline, eh?
Right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the specs. Now, on paper...
I know nothing about that, so I actually want you to tell me about that. It sounds really interesting.
Okay, so I think it's the PlayStation 5 has a system in effect where if you have a microphone connected, you can speak. You can speak to it and say, can I have a walkthrough for a certain game? So it can help you in sections you're stuck on through AI. So sometimes it can figure out if you're if you're fucking up and then go, would you like a guide?
Imagine how bad that would feel when you keep dying and then your PlayStation comes up and says, hey man, you look like you need some help with this. I would kick a hole in my TV.
It's almost as bad as when Netflix says, are you still there? Well, actually,
No, I'm masturbating.
The PlayStation goes, are you still playing or are you just walking around?
Has your dog taken over the controller? Fuck's sake. That sounds pretty cool, though. I do like the interactive nature of, as long as Mr. Sony and Mr. Microsoft aren't listening to your bedtime stories, it's all good.
I mean, they probably are, but, who cares? At this point, who cares? Big Brother's been here since, the internet was invented, so.
Since Spotify started giving out fucking free Google Nests, that's when Big Brother invaded the home.
Yeah.
Ooh, creepy.
Very, very
so yeah, that'll be. I saw that news on. I get a lot of my gaming news from Game Ranks. They're a YouTube channel. They do a Friday news feature every week. It's if you like games, follow them.
Don't follow us if you like games.
Yeah. Don't follow us, man. We are completely unresearched. Nothing we say means anything.
Yeah, we're slightly worried that people take us too seriously.
Jesus Louises. So, I will say the specs of the PS5 and Xbox Series X right now. So, the price, it is $500 for the PlayStation 5.
Well, actually, JJ, I've got to correct you there. The PS5 disc version, it's £450. It's $500.
Sorry, $500.
$500 dues.
They sort of fall in line with each other, as one version's a disc version and one's a discless. So why is the disc one £100 more?
Well, do you know why? Well, what I think is the discless one, right? They want to have an incentive for people to buy that because they want to get rid of the industry of trading in games, because every traded in pre-owned game you buy loses them money. They make no money off of that.
But then they also make £60 per fucking game anyway.
It's a difficult cycle though, isn't it? Because the video game industry makes more than the film industry does.
But especially with COVID.
Should you be doing that? It's difficult, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, they'll make even more money, and there will be a lot of people, especially, say, like a mum buying a console for their child, right? They're not going to think, oh, this is the reason for that. They'll go for the cheaper one, and then down the line, when the kid wants to buy a new game, it's going to cost them more money because they won't be able to buy it pre-owned. They'll have to buy it off the store.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's true.
It's almost mugging off the mums who are thinking, oh, this is a cheaper option.
100%.
And then they have to spend more on the games. And the games are what? 50 coming up to £60 each now.
That's what they said, £60.
Yep.
Okay, this is a bit of a tangent, but
That's fine. We love tangents.
these consoles are going to have like subscription services, as they already do. Your PS Now and stuff like that, where you can almost like Netflix for games. So I don't know if you've seen this week. I don't know if you guys are coffee fans.
Oh yeah, I love coffee.
Pret a Manger has got a subscription service now.
What?
Honestly, listen to this. Hear me out.
Pret's got a subscription
Ha
service?
ha ha ha! Pretflix.
Pretflix, yes, you're right, you're right.
Hey! Mate, you should be on the marketing team. There he is.
Which is what everyone's been calling it already. But well done.
Oh, I thought that was an original thing from me, man.
Oh,
Fuck.
man.
Anyway, so it's £20 a month. This isn't an advert, or it could be an advert. Give me free coffee. But it's £20 a month, and you can get up to 5 coffees a day. Up to 5 coffees a day for £20 a month.
That's good, man. That's...
Well, my asshole hurts thinking about that, so...
But like, how much does an actual cup of coffee cost them to make?
Fuck all, man.
Fuck all, nothing.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the main component in it is hot water.
Do you know, this week I actually have an internet tab open, so let's see how much it costs.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like the cup itself is mostly water. Like only like 10% of that is. There's probably like 5 beans in a cup, if even that.
Yeah, well, say if you didn't have the subscription, you've got 2 coffees a day from Pret for a month, it would cost you £60 probably. But with the subscription, you can get 2 a day, and that costs you 20. So they must be making enough money that £40 doesn't even matter.
Well, even at that, the way they'll see it is it'll also bring in new customers. It'll steal customers from other... See, in places like London where there's a lot of Prets, there's a Pret in every corner. They'll basically corner the market down there with that, because people, and I'm actually surprised nowhere else has thought of that before.
Blew my mind when I was reading about it this week.
That's a great business model, actually.
But that's sort of subscription service, so it's similar to this sort of thing. But it'll be interesting to see how, I don't know if it completely relates, but it being cheaper in the short run, but then your mum's having to pay loads of money. Like, it's a very clever marketing strategy.
Well, they do get paid the big bucks for it.
450 big bucks.
Kind of bothers me, that full thing of like the trading in game industry and how against it gaming industries are. I get it because they want to optimise how much money they make, but at the same time, like, growing up...
Holy shit.
Sorry.
Do you know how much it costs them to make a cup of coffee?
Like,
a large one?
5p or something.
9p.
There you go.
So they are making like £1.91 on a coffee.
Oh my god.
We're in the wrong business, gentlemen. Let's open a coffee shop.
I know.
Let's open a subscription-based coffee shop. Going back onto the point that I was rudely interrupted on.
Yes. Sorry.
That's like killing a whole generation of gamers in my view. Think about going in. I used to have I'd have maybe 5 games like total, and they'd all be disc. I'd have nothing downloaded like on the 360, and I'd go in and I'd trade in 2 of them to get a new game, and you just keep that cycle going, and that would introduce me to a lot of games that I wouldn't have got otherwise.
That you wouldn't have played otherwise.
100%.
But a subscription service might also do that.
Well, that's a valid point, yeah.
But then but it only does it to what they want to be on there. Like, you can go into CEX.
Well, that's it.
And get some random shit, and like I go in there like with like £3 usually, then I'll come out with like 4 Xbox 360 games. I'll play each of them for 2 minutes, and then
You'll come out with Skyrim.
again.
A big selling point for the Xbox, but also maybe not so much of a selling point for Xbox, is that Xbox Game Pass is more people know about it than they do about PS Now, which is the PlayStation streaming service. But Xbox Game Pass, you can play Xbox games if you have a controller with you on your Android, on your tablet, on your PC, like laptop, whatever. Some smart TVs also as well.
However,
and that's pretty huge.
No, wait, I'm talking shit. Yeah, you're right. I was going to say PlayStation do that, but they don't. What I'm thinking of is that you can... They kind of do, but what I'm thinking of is you can connect your controller from the PlayStation to your iPad. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
When I was living in China, I brought my PS4 out and I couldn't connect it to the TV properly, so I managed to download something on my laptop that I could play my PS4 through it.
Yeah, you can.
So you can still.
I think Xbox's version is more refined, I think, is the point.
Well, this is one thing I was going to say, because the difference I see between Microsoft and Sony is an entertainment tech company.
100, but I know where you're going, 100%.
Whereas Microsoft is a computer tech company.
Yes.
So that's why it doesn't surprise me that the Xbox exclusives are also on PC, because they're already in that bracket, whereas Sony are an entertainment. They make TVs, they make
phones. My Sony Android I love.
I think the big difference is as well is that Sony as a company also make films.
They do.
And I think that is maybe a contributor to the fact currently PlayStation exclusives are always usually better story-driven games, I would argue.
The Last of Us, God of War, stuff like that.
They have ties with that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're completely right there. Do you know what? I got to be honest. I like both companies. I think what they're doing is pretty fine.
100%.
At the moment, we're all on PS4, but like all of us had an Xbox 360, I'm guessing, and I'm guessing all of us had a PS2 as well.
I have a PS2 still.
My sister had the PS2 and never let me play it. And she never got a memory card for it. Oh my god, it drove me insane. She never got a memory card for it. But I played the shit out of the GameCube at the time, so...
I wrote down here's a little quiz for you, okay? I wrote down...
This is early.
When each of the consoles came out. So the original Xbox and the PS2 came out around the same time.
Yes.
How much do you reckon they were in pounds?
The original Xbox? 120 odd?
I'm going 240.
Okay, Josh is closer. They both came out for $299.
That's a lot for the time.
We're talking pre-recession, so people more affluent, I guess.
More money.
Oh my god.
2005, 360 came out. In 2006, did the PS3 come out? How much do you reckon the 360 went for in 2005?
350.
No, it was... I think it was like 10 quid less than what Josh is saying. I'm going to go 340.
207.
Oh, no way! What?
The cheapest model.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. the original model, and then the PS3 came out for $425.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, there was a huge difference. I think that's why I got the Xbox.
Although they ended up though like fucking making about 3 versions of the 360 though, because the original version was kept fucking breaking. Red Ring of Death.
I had the Red Ring of Death.
Red Ring of Death. I had that about fucking 3 times, man.
I bought the 360 when I was 12 with my own money because I helped out on a game farm for a bit, which is probably illegal. But
I don't know why in my mind it was like a farm for video games. Like fucking Pac-Man ghosts. No, game as in like pheasants.
there, Ratchet and Clank. You're doing fine.
This is where we grow the NPCs.
That was really confusing, man. I was like, what? I've never heard of this.
I'm sorry, Prince of Persia. I'm gonna have to put you down.
Did you have to put the chickens down?
You can't hurt the chickens or more attack you.
There's such like a bizarre discrepancy between the pricing. I'm just like, now they're sort of in line with each other, but do you think they should be this expensive though?
Part. I would like them to be less expensive, but
Yeah, I'd like them to be cheaper, but yeah.
I also recognise that it's like a powerful computer. It probably is pretty expensive to make.
This is one of the things. They are becoming a lot more like PCs.
You can do everything. It's like a home hub. You can do your Spotify. You can do your TV. You can do everything. Like you don't actually need to have a Skybox or whatever.
No,
that's it. Yeah,
everything through Now TV. Like I watch Premier League on Now TV through Sky.
Yeah.
On my PlayStation.
Well, Sky with Now TV has they've done it right, haven't they? They've recognised what people are doing. People are using streaming services, so they're like, okay, we've got our own.
yeah.
It puts me off getting an Xbox though, because I want a better computer anyway. Okay, I'm getting to that kind of age where I need a better computer. And because of that, I feel like a lot of people in our sort of generation are probably in a similar position to I am.
Work as well is so computer based at the moment. I spend my whole time on Zoom.
Yeah.
The whole time on Zoom.
See, I work it very manually. All my work is literally in person with my hands.
Slinging meat.
And yet, gentlemen, cards on the table, right? PS5 wins it for me, not because of any specs. Not because of any specs.
That was early.
I don't know where this is going.
I don't give a fuck because I play a console for the games, and with the announcement that have came out, PS5 has blown Xbox out of the water with the exclusives that it's announced.
Oh, it really has.
Regardless of specs.
Speaking of specs, shall we list them very quickly?
Go for it, JJ.
Okay, just before we talk about the exclusives, because I'm 100% on the side of Josh. Exclusives win it for me completely as well. So, the price we've already talked about. The release date, 12th of November for PS5, November 10th for Xbox Series X. We have backwards compatibility, almost all PS4 games, including optimized PS4 Pro titles. Select Xbox 360 games and all Xbox One games will be backwards compatible with the new Xbox. So they're pretty much the same in that respect.
Respect.
8-core, 3.5 GHz AMD Zen 2, and that's the same for the Xbox. I don't really know what that means. CPU, so computer processing unit, I guess. Is that how you say it?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah. GPU, 10.3 teraflops for the PS5, but 12.0 teraflops for...
Teraflops.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
I once did a teraflop into my local swimming pool.
And he's been banned ever since.
I've been banned ever since, yep.
I went for a teraflop in the sea once. That was pretty exciting.
I teraflop into the toilet.
And that's how the tsunami that hit Haiti, I believe.
I had a lot of cheese that day, baby. So, yeah, we got RAM 16 gigs, so same either way. 825 gigabytes of custom SSD and 1 terabyte of...
What's SSD?
It's a type of memory. The same one the Switch uses.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's an old wooden warship used in the Civil War era.
The SSD.
If you get that reference, then you can stay.
The SSD.
The SSD. So, yeah, that's one thing I did want to talk about. So, the PlayStation is changing the way they're using memory. I don't know if you guys saw Ratchet and Clank. Did you see the announcement for that?
Yes.
Yes, it's
Yeah. So, one of the things they were showing off there was the fact that between each stage, there was nothing. There was no loading
the loading
screens.
times. There's no loading screens at all. Yeah.
So, although the Xbox seems more powerful on paper, really, it's the PlayStation are using their power better.
Is that a good thing though? I like a loading screen. I like the little information you get about the world on the loading screen.
I do and I don't.
I think I like it because it's all unknown.
Yeah.
Thinking back, I really enjoyed the fact that a lot of God of War on the PS4 was a one-shot, and I really liked that feature, so I think to go off of that, I'd really like to see more games without loading, and then I'll make my decision on whether it's good.
Yeah, God of War is an excellent example.
I think it completely depends on how it's done.
Well, that's it. If it's done poorly, then you could get a lot of areas loading while you're walking through them. You know what I mean? If it's done badly.
Well, that's what Horizon Zero Dawn does, and you don't notice. Yeah, but that's just a genius game.
I traded that in the other day.
Did you? Well, you completed it, didn't you?
No, I only played like an hour. Fight me.
Why though? What?
To be fair, I stopped playing it as well.
Because I thought it was on PS Now, and then I didn't check, and then it wasn't.
Oh, shut up! So you didn't just sell it?
I did actually. I got Ghost of Tsushima.
But you thought it was on PS Now?
Yeah, I thought it was on PS Now. I don't know why. I think it's because I saw it on the advert for PS Now, and it wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like one of the taglines, and I thought, oh, that's on that. I'll just play it on that, and then I can get another game as well, and it's not on it, so, but whatever.
Adam, you got to keep playing it now. You got to keep playing it, man.
I will keep playing it. I've just restarted Skyrim, so...
Yeah. Oh, Adam's just raised a great point. Every time I think or talk about Skyrim, I want to play it again.
Yeah, me too. I keep seeing it pop up on my feed.
Yeah.
Your trophies for it keep popping up on my feed, and it just makes me want to get it.
I plugged it in just so you could see earlier.
Do you not have it, Josh?
Not anymore.
I got a spare copy. Do you want me to send it up to you?
You can post it to me, yeah, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, give me your address and I'll post it up to you.
I will, not on the pod, but I'll give you it.
Oh yeah, not now.
Okay, so it's 11.
Okay, so we were talking about exclusives. Which ones are exciting you? Like, the Horizon Forbidden West looks good. Deathloop's the one that I'm excited about. We spoke about it before briefly, but I think it looks so cool.
It's not an exclusive anymore.
Is it not?
No, because Xbox have just bought Bethesda, and guess who's making Deathloop?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get onto that.
Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I like Spider-Man, but I'm not so excited that I'm gonna pre-order PS5 and get it straight away.
Okay, yeah.
The game that I'm most excited for is the Fable one.
Oh yeah, Fable, man.
Me too.
But it's not. It's Xbox. It's Xbox.
Yeah, but guess what we can do with Xbox Game Pass? Not get an Xbox and play it on the computer or on our phone or on the TV.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
You know what I was thinking, right? I had this thought the other day, just going off of like some of the Xbox exclusives. Do you know what Xbox have been bad for? Picking like really like classic titles, like classic franchises, and just fucking ruining their legacy.
Oh mate! Oh, it's like they're just
Halo.
Halo, Gears of War.
I just see like a desperate guy just holding up a sign that says, "You guys still like Halo, right?" Yeah.
That's what it's like. They keep taking my fucking cherished childhood memories and my cherished childhood memories and fucking running them right into the ground.
Bungie's gone, Xbox. Let it die.
Fable's next, Adam. I'm sorry. Fable's next.
They're just keeping the life support system on.
Fable was always exclusive. Fable was always exclusive.
Yeah, I know, but they're gonna fucking ruin it.
Yeah, shit, they might.
Let's just do it because they've bought Bethesda.
They have.
My exclusives.
We've got to.
I haven't said the one.
Do you want a really fun exclusive? I've got a really good one that we all love. Okay.
Yes.
PS5's got Forza and Xbox has got Gran Turismo. Yeah.
Yay, car games.
Yay.
I don't enjoy any of that.
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. Yes. Haven't seen any gameplay, already loving it. Demon Souls I'm super excited for. Horizon Zero Dawn 2 as well.
That does look good, yeah. What else is an exclusive? I'm trying to think.
The new Resident Evil game, Resident Evil The Village.
Is that an exclusive?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, feel free to DM me aggressively if it's not.
I will. I personally will.
You don't have to worry. The audience will do it for you.
No.
I love you guys. I'm only kidding.
Dom will do it for you.
Yeah, Dom will do it.
Oh, what? You bullied me for mentioning him.
And once again, Dom's entered another episode.
Oh, Dom, for God's sake.
I hope that at a point, right, that we actually do get a large following, and then we can just continue to refer to our entire fan base as Dom.
As Dom. The Doms.
The Doms. Oh.
The Doms.
Oh, that should be our fan base name.
That sounds like a sex thing, though.
Exactly, that's why it's funny.
Yeah,
that's
okay,
why
I get
funny.
Yeah, I'm in
The
it.
Doms started off super into the podcast, but then after a while they turned on us, and now we refer to everyone who gives us hate as the Doms.
Whoa.
Here we go.
That's savage. You know he's crying.
Classic bougie ratchet.
He's cry dancing right now.
Man, that would be hot.
Oh god, yeah. So, Adam, sorry, start us off on the Bethesda controversy.
Okay, so this is kind of why
Controversy.
we're going to do this episode anyway, and then this came through literally yesterday about the
Yeah, and we were like, yeah, we're doing it now.
Bethesda. We're not going to do it now, okay?
No.
So, Bethesda's been bought by Microsoft's parent company for £7.5 billion. And that includes the Elder Scrolls, that includes Fallout, that includes Dishonored. Now, they haven't said that these games are going to be exclusives to Xbox or whatever, but it kind of follows what you were just saying, Josh, about Xbox buying good games and making them shit.
Oh, okay.
Well, do you want to hear my speculation on this? I've got a little bit of speculation on it if you want to hear it.
Go for it, bud.
So this is what I think, right? Bethesda, in terms of the like big RPGs that made their name, right? Dying, right? They've been using the same engine. They're not coming out with anything new. They announced the next Elder Scrolls.
And Starfield as well.
Well, they announced that a while ago, right? But there's like very little update on it, right? This is what I think, what I would predict. This is my prediction. Go to a bookies, put it on, is what they're going to do as their next move. Microsoft, right?
We don't support gambling.
No, we don't. Not at all. Microsoft are going to take all of Bethesda's backlog of games, right? So see all the cherished backlog of games, not the new games, the backlog of games, and they're going to make them exclusive on their streaming service, only on Xbox. Apart from Skyrim, because that's fucking already on everything, right? But I reckon they'll get taken off and taken away from everything, unplayable. At least in terms of the next console.
Wow. Okay.
I reckon it's more of a thing of them. Maybe they've been reusing the same sort of engines the whole time. Maybe they're going over to Microsoft because they don't have the physical capability to build a better game without the aid of the computer tech. They want to like elevate it to the next level.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But then I'm kind of like, why would Microsoft buy them? Why would Microsoft buy them?
Well, they were going bust.
Well, okay.
So in a way, Microsoft has done a bit of a service and kept them they've kept them in the industry, which is quite good.
I don't think we'll see any huge Bethesda releases for a good while now after that.
Well, the ones that have already been announced, this is what I read on Polygon. The ones that have already been announced are still coming to both consoles. But some that might be in development, maybe not. But if it is anything huge, which, as in like your Skyrim, your Fallout, your Doom, I'm not so bothered about Wolfenstein. I don't know about you two.
Nah.
Yeah,
I used to play it on the old PC actually, like on that.
Oh, really?
I had a little, yeah. I mean, years.
The old fashioned one.
I was like 5.
What?
on a floppy disk.
Adam was shooting Robo Hitler when he was 5. Everybody.
What a fucking true American
What
hero.
a legend! Oh, they're always bloody true blue Americans in those games, aren't they?
Wolfenstein is what it always was. It's just a reskin of Doom. Like, it still is.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Old Doom.
Oh, Doom. Yeah, so that'll be it. And another thing that might happen is some of the bigger ones, which will still come to PS5. They'll have what's called time exclusive release dates. So, like,
Yeah.
Xbox will release it first, and then it'll be on PlayStation later.
Call of Duty Cold War, I think it's got that.
Yeah, I think it's coming to PlayStation first, isn't it? Call of Duty Cold War.
Something I've noticed they're introducing is console exclusive DLC.
Ooh.
They did it with the Avengers game, which is apparently terrible anyway. But basically,
Spider-Man, right?
yes, you can play Spider-Man in it if you're a PS4 owner, whereas you don't get that on Xbox. So shit like that.
That's because Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, but that's how do you think that will evolve in the future? The concept of that's relatively a new concept of having DLC only available.
It's these companies buying each other out, trying to get a monopoly over something that should be accessible.
Yeah, well, it's the idea of you can buy this on both consoles, but here's a little bit more. Here's a little bit more if you buy it on our console. You know what I mean?
But that's just Fortnite, isn't it?
Yeah.
Legit, yeah.
That's what it feels like. It feels like
A lot of people who are playing the Avengers at the moment are actually quite enjoying it. Yeah, I know what you mean about skins.
It depends. I've heard it's a grind. I've heard it's like a grind.
Some people like a grind though, don't they? Like Destiny's a bit of a grind.
100%.
But I like Destiny.
my second tangent of the day. Have you been watching Among Us, like videos of Among Us?
Yeah, man.
JJ, do you know about this game?
It's on. You can buy it. It's been out for Steam for a while, but you can get it on iPad and iPhone now.
Yes, with the aliens and the
Yeah.
Do you know the concept of the game? Do you know how it works?
Yeah, so someone's an alien, right? And they have to.
It's like Trapped, the TV program.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like Trapped, the TV. There's a saboteur, and they've got to like sabotage and kill people. But then it's like Cluedo as well.
Do you know what would be cool?
What?
If you, the viewers at home, think this would be cool, feel free to comment and write in. But for our D&D session, I might write a one-shot based off of Among Us, where one of yous I will pre-tell is the alien, and you all have to fucking work out who it is before the sabotage.
Nice, that's sick.
That would be cool. I'd need to
That'd be
fucking
really cool.
properly work that out, but
Yeah, I've never seen this guy work, but yeah, it'd be good.
I'm like fucking Russell Crowe in Beautiful Mind. When it happens, man, it's fucking gorgeous. When it doesn't, it's like a paranoid schizophrenic.
And then it's just Josh talking to his imaginary friends. Spoiler scat!
Legit, man, legit.
It's a good movie, though. That's a good movie.
Carrying on. Okay. Esports.
Esports.
The future of sport in a COVID world.
Freaking.
Yeah, I mean, literally every Premier League club has an esports team that plays FIFA, and they compete against each other in an actual league. And I can't remember who won it last year. I think it was the Man City kid won it. Liverpool won the actual league, but like,
Yeah.
it's bizarre. And like, I don't watch it, but the amount of people who watch these things is ridiculous. Like that 12-year-old who won the Fortnite World Cup or something, and he's got,
Yeah,
like,
Jesus, and he's got like millions. Yeah, what a legend.
Yeah, and his mum was like, yeah, I was telling him to get off the game all the time, and now we're multi-millionaires. Damn, I feel stupid.
I mean, if he's a nice kid, of course he'll give some money to his mum, but
Mum, no, Mum.
even if my mum told me to get off the games, even though I won £1 million, I'd still be like, yeah, here's plenty because you raised me.
Here's a $5. Go treat yourself.
go get yourself a Pret. You know what? Here's £20. Have as many Prets as you want for a month.
It's going to be crazy the sheer level folk will be at like online competitive games in the next 10 years.
Well,
man.
we play
Terrifying.
freaking when we go on Warzone. There's some geeks in there that Jesus.
I'm nearly at
Christ.
20 wins now.
It's because it's all you play.
Yeah, literally.
The last 6 months, Josh.
I know, man. But there's like fucking kids out there like that have just grown up doing nothing but Fortnite, so like it's like ingrained into their mind. You know what I mean?
Do you ever feel, just on about kids, do you ever feel awkward when if sometimes someone...
I didn't even need to make a comment there.
On about kids, do you think it's awkward when...
Yeah, do you think it's awkward when... Because I have a mate who's like, no, I prefer game chat. And we'll go on like a squad and there'll be 3 of us and then there'll be like 1 kid. And you're kind of like, oh, well, now I have to keep my language to a minimum and be super, super nice, even if he's shit. And then you think, oh, God... What if he's shit? And then he just goes, oh, hang on, guys. There's some people in the building over here. Because it's usually an American kid. And then he just freaking clears the area and you're like, oh.
See, I can only semi-relate to that because I grew up in Modern Warfare 2 lobbies on game chat, and I'll tell you something.
They were brutal.
Yeah, they were fucking brutal, man.
I feel like the kids have got less toxic and the adults have got worse.
100% agree with you.
That's crazy.
I don't think it's the. I don't think. Oh, okay, you're talking about language.
Yeah, like when we were playing Modern Warfare 2 when we were 14, I feel like some of the kids on there were like, I'm gonna freaking
horrible, man.
shoot you. I'm gonna ass fuck your mom, and you'd be like, oh my god.
But I think,
I think kids are better at games, and this is sort of when I talk to my dad about when he used to play. Like, they started off with a joystick, and then they had like the or like the Atari, possibly, or a Nintendo Entertainment System or whatever, and then they didn't have a joystick until PS2. So we've always had that. So their dexterity is different. But then the games have got faster and faster and faster. So we've had to adapt to how fast they are, whereas kids have just gone, boom, it's fast anyway.
Yeah. However, when me and you played Fortnite on the Switch, we actually found we were better than most of the people.
Skill-based matchmaking, bro.
Yeah, it's skill-based matchmaking.
So if you're new into it, you get matched with a lot of bots.
Yeah, a lot of bots. That's why we won 4 times in a row.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
I hate to bust your bubble.
He's been walking around puffing his chest out, walking around the street, telling people about his triumphs.
Oh, dude.
Just going back to that thing about kids like having a better nowadays being a bit like more polite and blah 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 and that kind of thing, what you were saying earlier. Nowadays than we were back then. I feel like back then, like video games as a media, especially online play, was a lot more.
Yeah, it was a bit less. Yeah.
Well, it was less, and it was a bit more cathartic. Like, it was because it wasn't something that was constant, and you went on constantly. It was a bit more of a welcome break. So you were going on and just fucking saying shit you wouldn't say.
You're
whereas
going
kids
on
nowadays,
to murder.
well, yeah. Whereas kids nowadays are on it, and they're on it it's just a grind. You know what I mean? They're on it fucking all the time.
Yeah. This was your hunting ground.
Well, exactly.
Whereas they come home from school and they just all their friends they've talked to the whole day at school, they then do another like 6 hours of school basically, but playing Fortnite together.
Well, that's the fun. You know what I mean?
That's it, innit?
Do you guys have a VR headset?
No, and if I did, it would only get used for porn.
I'm broke. I am broke. Also, same as Josh.
My dad decided to buy one, and it's
For VR porn, I assume.
yeah, it's a one for the PS4.
VR PS4 porn. Have you been getting Aloy character model?
Shut up!
Shut up, dude.
My mom's gonna listen to this.
Or Rouge the Bat from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Near Automata.
Oh, Near Automata.
I
Sorry, Adam. Sorry.
I don't think this is the way gaming is going to go. I don't think, but it's a cool concept and it's good fun for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, people like the new Half-Life Alyx, and they like Super Hot. I think those are the two
Super Hot was
VR
good.
games where people go, yeah. So if they make them more like that, then
That's the thing. How long have they been trying to do VR well, though? Like, fucking
ages, 10 years,
maybe even longer, man. The concept of it's been there for a lot longer.
It's funny looking at like things from the 60s, 70s, 80s about what they thought technology would be like now.
Yeah.
And then like seeing how it's actually lined up. So we're speculating in the future, but like,
Well, that's it.
you just never know, do you? Maybe you'll have a game on your coffee cup.
Maybe have a phone in your hand, like Total Recall.
Yeah.
Or Black Mirror shit as well.
Even if you look back to the 80s, like the concept of VR and shit, man, like, for instance, Tron, the movie Tron, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's always been there.
If it was like how it was in, oh my god, if it was like how it was in Ready Player One, I'd never leave. I would never leave. Except for some exercise. But even then, you're still getting exercise because he's running on that pad, isn't he, and stuff.
Probably better for you than building up your thumb muscles.
Love those thumb muscles.
Listen, we might all be in VR as a simulation right now, gentlemen.
Oh, don't say that. No, I'm not going to sleep. Cheers, bud. Thanks for
You
that.
will never know either.
Keanu!
Keanu, where are you? Help
Where are
me!
you? Help us!
Drag me, pull me out!
If anything, right, the fact that the film The Matrix exists proves to me that we're in a simulation so advanced that it can simulate a movie about being in a simulation.
What is this, Rick and Morty? Like, come on, dude.
Morty!
I don't know, Jerry. When you ask the smartest people in the universe. Oh, no, wait, you can't. They're all dead.
There you go.
Truman Show.
Good movie.
I still haven't seen it. I need to watch it. I will watch it though.
Have you seen the shit version of it that came out at the same time with Matthew McConaughey, Ed TV?
Okay, we'll watch that one instead.
Sucks complete ass, man.
Shall we do a comparison? We'll do an episode on it.
There's so many. See, if you look back, right, there's so many like pure class films and other.
Maybe we'll do an episode on it then.
There's so many like films. I saw a thing about that. You can pure do the comparison. Like rival studio heads have made like really similar films at the same time.
Oh, like the anime Lion King thing.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Like so many really similar films like have came out at like. So an example, like in the 90s, you know that one Volcano.
Yeah.
Dante's Peak came out like at the same time, same year, same time, and they're like the same film. Shit like that.
An example of video games of that: God of War and Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
Yeah, very similar.
It'd be interesting to see like the comparisons of like video games. I'm trying to think of more examples, probably.
Prince of Persia, Assassin's Creed.
But they're the same company.
Yeah, they're the same company.
Yeah, so it doesn't really count. There must be a Halo one.
Call of Duty and Medal of Honor.
Yeah, that's a good example.
When I mentioned Medal of Honor, you guys had laughed at me, and he's mentioned it just now.
Ha 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 ha!
No, I'm saying it sucks.
I didn't say it was good. Okay, Unreal Engine 5. What's our thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's alright.
Old news, baby. Old news.
It looks beautiful, and like
No, it looks amazing.
there's not much more people can do though. Like I don't know if you like the triangles, like how they make things and make physical designs.
Yeah.
Like, they've got to a point now where
Can't really be improved.
even if they increase the amount, it doesn't get much better. Like
Yeah.
I'd like to talk about something quite interesting actually that I've read into, funnily enough, this week. It's not really, it's a tangent, but not really. It's to do with graphics and how they are at a point, as you were saying, where they can't really get a lot better without just being fucking real.
Yeah.
So in that game, Ghost of Tsushima that I'm playing,
Pretty good looking. I feel like it looks a bit similar to Red Dead.
well,
Graphics wise.
but what the thing is, at first I played it, and in the cinematic cutscenes, it's like that, right? But in the gameplay, the graphics are different. They're not entirely different, but at first glance,
I mean, they do that a lot.
well, it's not even at that. There's something off, right? And at first glance, I was like, man, this doesn't look very good. But then I looked it up, and I played a little bit more, and actually it looks phenomenal. And so what it is they've basically copied they've took inspiration from an art style, a Japanese art style, but it's basically like,
Yeah. So that's why the grass is all flowy, right?
well, there's not so many hard lines, so everything looks a bit kind of potato at times. That works really, really well for them. See, when you're outdoors and it's like a massive scene and there's loads of colours and there's no hard edges, everything kind of blends into everything, and it's like,
as it would be in real life.
well, yeah, it's not even real life, it just looks fucking perfect. Like, it looks really, really appealing.
Is it like a really subtle cell shading? You know, like what they do with Breath of the Wild, or
It's like the reverse of that.
It's quite pastel-y, isn't it?
It's like, yeah, it's like a subtle reverse self-shading. So like, imagine, so like, see like the lines of Borderlands, imagine like negative them, and the colours kind of move in, they kind of fuzz a little bit. There's a little bit of fuzz, which looks beautiful when you're outside and you're in the big areas of the game, but see when you're indoors and it's dark, it looks fucking dreadful.
Oh, yeah, but you spent most of your time outside, I'm right in thinking?
Yeah, and I think it's a gamble they've took, and I think ultimately it pays off, and I think more studios should take gambles on their animation styles, because too many games come out and it's just, let's look as realistic as we possibly can, which I like, but where's the bravery?
The bravery, exactly, and that's why I think things like Hollow Knight do so well, because there's such a, some games need a more realistic approach, some need a more abstract, artistic approach, and either way is absolutely fine. That's why, like, Unreal Engine, okay, going to 5, it looks absolutely stunning, but
yeah, I'm not really. I know I'm a video game snob, as you guys put it,
Nazi.
but I'm not a graphics snob. Like, I don't really care much.
No, me too.
Dark Souls doesn't have the best graphics, and it's one of my favorite game series of all time. I'm playing Obsidian Entertainment's The Outer Worlds on the Switch at the moment because I got it for my birthday.
I did that.
It's you got it on Switch as well?
Not on Switch, I did it on PlayStation.
It's not as nice looking on the Switch, but the fact that I can have a really decent shooter in my hands with sorry, I just want to say this quick. It does this really cool thing where you can, when you zoom in with your bow on Breath of the Wild and you can use the motion controls, but it's like really subtle. It's really subtle. You can do that. You can do that on that. It's so great because the Switch isn't designed for shooters, but the fact that you can, while you're aimed down the sights, you can do a bit of that. You can do a bit of physical motion. You're like, hell yeah.
We could do an episode on it at some point, but I'll just fling in very shortly. I don't know if you've played Adam, have you?
Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
That's the one that's like Fallout 4 in space.
New Vegas.
I haven't played it, no.
JJ, you'll agree with me here. It's just Firefly the game.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, you blew my mind.
And I love it for that. Yeah. I love it for that, but it's just Firefly the game.
Is it going to get cancelled as well?
No, they've just had DLC.
Yeah, and I might re-get it for the DLC, to be honest.
I'm confused. I'm thinking Firefly the program. What are you thinking of?
Yeah, Firefly got cancelled after a season.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, but yeah, Outer Worlds is getting DLC.
I get it.
It's got it. Attack on Gorgon or something. I'll get it once I've completed the campaign. I'll get it.
Right, boys. This episode that wasn't supposed to be an hour is now nearly an hour. Should we tie this up and give it our favourite consoles of all time?
So first of all, say what console you're gonna get, and then say what's your favourite console of all time.
I will be getting the PlayStation 5 when it's cheaper. Probably.
Yes.
And I was going to get the cheaper one, but now you've explained that to me, I'm just going to save up and get the proper one because
I'll save you money in the long run, man.
Yeah, the PS5, and I was thinking like, what's the games console that I probably had the most hype for me, and I love the Wii. It was so imaginative, and it was so like such a different idea, especially for the time when everything else was do with your little fingers. Like we could swing my arms and I can hit the ball. Okay, it hasn't aged very well, but it just looks so cool. Bye bye.
JJ.
I'm gonna buy the PS5 purely because the exclusives are better and the Xbox games that I do want to play, I don't have to get an Xbox to play them. And my favorite console of all time, it's got to be the GameCube. 3D home console gaming. Even for now, it looks pretty good for, things like Mario Sunshine, Twilight Princess,
like Double Dash when I beat you,
Double Dash when you beat me, or Super Mario Kart Wii where I beat you. Yeah. So no, Adam's phenomenal at Mario Kart Double Dash. I was astonished.
I don't doubt that.
He was really, really, really good. So yeah,
I am going to go much like the two of you for the PS5.
Yes,
sheerly for the reason that Microsoft bought Bethesda, and I don't simp for Todd Howard anymore.
Also, it's just personal reasons. After Todd Howard broke your heart.
As I say, preparing to message JJ my address so he can mail me Skyrim.
I will. I'll do it tomorrow, I promise.
My favourite fucking console of all time, has got to be the Xbox 360.
Fair.
Great my console. Reasoning behind that is it's because it's the console that I have the best memories playing. True. Playing Halo with my friends, Gears of War with my friends, for me, it was a big part of growing up. Xbox 360 had a lot of games that growing up were like a big part of my life, so Fable 2, for example, there you go.
Fable 2!
You would put that red ring of death on its finger.
I would gladly take that red ring of death again, just for another shot at playing that with the experience, like at the time, you know what I mean? Not today, because there's better consoles, but if I could go back in time and replay that and have that experience, I would do it.
Right.
Beautiful.
Thank you for listening, audience. Thank you for chatting, boys. This has been a lovely episode, and you guys are phenomenal friends. So thank you so much.
It's lovely.
Honestly, you've made this lockdown bearable.
Oh my god, you're so cute when you're sentimental.
For more cute content, guys, follow the Bro You Haven't Instagram. Amazing, guys. Bye bye.
Love you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Bro You Haven't podcast. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at BroYouHaven'tPod for updates on future episodes and more. If you like this week's episode, you can catch our other episodes on Spotify, Acast, and YouTube. On behalf of myself, Adam, and Josh, have a lovely week. Goodbye.